Hello there! July is known as the slowest month of the year when it comes to video game releases, and I can confirm that theory is correct. But there is still quality to be found this month for all budgets, and like usual, I found a couple of free games to tide you over if you're saving your cash for another month. So let's crack on. I'm including a DLC first for Watch Dogs Legion. This is Bloodline and brings back Aiden Pierce and Wrench from Watch Dogs 1 and 2. Both are coming over to Sweary London to steal a device which controls a robot army.
This had better be f***ing good.
After starting as opponents, the two martial art trained hackers join forces to bring down a bigger evil. And that bad guy so happens to have kidnapped Aiden's nephew from Watch Dogs 1. He's back, he's all grown up, and Uncle Aiden needs to rescue him again. Watch Dogs Legion can be found regularly at about half its original retail price, so if you've been sleeping on this one, now's a good time to jump back in. And you should know the cooperative mode is fully operational with new end game content, and get this in your eye holes, there's an upcoming zombie mode too. A zombie apocalypse in London with spy gadgets like a James Bond movie. This could be something special, or it could just be ridiculous fun with friends. I just need to find some friends now. It looks like Watch Dogs Legion has more to offer than it did back on day one. The Bloodline DLC drops on July 6th on PlayStation 4, 5, Xbox Series and PC. Here's a quirky little game to take a look at, Little Devil Inside. Most people first saw this at the PlayStation 5 showcase and the greatest poo joke ever seen. Plop. Now here's the thing, I can't find a release date for this game except the month of July. And when reaching out to devs, I got some strange responses, like I do when a game comes to PS Plus. I have nothing to back up that this is a PS Plus game, but last month this happened with Operation Tango, it's happened with Oddworld in the past, and Fall Guys too. Regardless of all that though, Little Devil Inside is releasing in July, and from all the footage I've found, I'm still unsure what kind of game this is. It certainly looks like an RPG, there's side-scrolling, there's boss slaying, there's aimless wandering, there's shooting, there's donkey riding. We wait to see what this game becomes. Little Devil Inside drops on PS4, PS5 and PC in July, with Switch and Xbox versions coming a little bit later in the year. Hey, we've already started talking about free games, so let's jump into that now. My plan this month was to show you this, Trackmania 2020 and its new Battle Royale style free-to-play mode. It's like Fall Guys meets F1. But alas, there is an issue. Although I was expecting the console version to be ready by now, it sadly isn't. So if you want to play this, it's just on PC at the moment, but at any moment it could drop on console. Their website has been updated with a platform button, but there's no other options but PC just yet. But it's okay, I found another vehicular battle game instead. In 2018, a PC game released called Heavymetal Machines, and back in February this year, it released secretly on PlayStation. And now in July, the full release is upon us, so have a look-see. The aim of this core mode is to transport a bomb to the enemy base using a vehicle. Sounds simple, right? You even have an online team of friends to help you out. There's also a full team of enemies set to do the same thing to your base. And that's the loop. If you've ever played Micro Machines, it's like that mixed with Rocket League in a MOBA. If you're old enough to have played Rock and Roll Racing, it's very similar to that. The game monetizes via a battle pass and some booster mechanics for XP, so there is a little pay-to-win mechanic aspect, but nothing that breaks the game. Think you'll try it? If you do, it's out right now on PlayStation, Xbox and PC. Another free game you should know of is one you'll need to play for a long time to receive everything for free, but it is possible. Let me explain. Capcom Arcade Stadium is a hub where a host of their arcade games from the 80s and 90s are kept. At face value, everything does cost money. Not much, but it is there. Well, it's possible to slowly build up this entire arcade back catalogue for free. Right now the hub can be downloaded, which includes the Warplane game 1943, and Capcom have confirmed further promotions are planned, especially on PS Plus. For example, last month Ghosts and Goblins was free to download, but that vanished before I was able to share the news. I'll continue to monitor it and shout out each month when something is added for free. So if your dad tells you about how great the arcades were in the 1990s, you can show him your digital arcade. Capcom Arcade Stadium is out right now on PlayStation, PC, Switch and Xbox. Whilst we're talking about free games, a quick note about one I told you about last month, Knockout City. If you miss the 10 free days, you should know that they've changed their free-to-play access to allow anyone to play completely free until they reach level 25. It's quite a lot of time, I've got to say. Definitely enough time to play without having to shell over any cash. Okay, so that's 4 free games. Let's call that 2 and move back to full price games. Well, actually, a low-budget game. We have a Stadia exclusive, which is now releasing on PS4, PC and Xbox. Orcs Must Die 3. I always saw this as a game which inspired Fortnite Save the World, setting up traps for oncoming waves of orcs and surviving at all costs. Orcs Must Die 3 is the natural evolution to the series with new weapons, powers and of course traps. If tower defense games are your bag, Orcs Must Die 3 is worth your time. July 23rd if you're interested. Next up, Samurai Warriors 5. Musou games are still alive and thrashing. The core to this style of game is going up against insurmountable odds with your trusty katana and defeating thousands upon thousands of enemies. I mean, you'll regularly get 10,000 hit combos without batting an eyelid. The progression system has been evolved, which gives upgrades to equipment and access to new moves almost after every single mission. This builds up your arsenal, and in a few hours you'll be wielding a ridiculous array of moves effortlessly. The previews of Samurai Warriors 5 have confirmed the improvements to storytelling, and the hard mode has been tweaked, and it will really give you a fight like never before. If you want to let out your inner samurai, check it out on PS4, Switch, Xbox and PC on July 27th. And that reminds me, the Dynasty Warriors movie releases in July. I just thought you should know. It's ridiculous. Finally, Cristales. I was completely oblivious to this game, but quickly found out there is a huge following of this loved RPG. Essentially, Cristales is a turn-based JRPG. It's quite run-of-the-mill, but there's something very impressive added on top. It has a time travel function. For example, when fighting an impossible boss with a shiny metal shield, you can use water in your current time, then send that boss into the future, so that shield corrodes and rusts over time, therefore making this unstoppable boss very beatable. I found that really interesting. Cristales drops on Switch, PS4, PS5, Xbox, PC and Stadia. So basically absolutely everywhere. July 20th if you find this interesting. So 8 games to grab your attention over July 2021. This will hopefully be the last quiet month of the year and the big releases will start hitting us in the face very, very soon. I'm Adam, you're awesome. Thanks for staying this far. If you are still here at this point, right. I like turtles in the comments and I will do my best to find you and reply. Thank you very much. Much appreciated. I'll see you next time.